Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel guys. In previous video guys, we learned about how to read data from the list. We saw that one we saw that indexing and slicing and for loop. We also saw that for loop. And coming to slicing guys, in yesterday we saw some of the content related to the slicing. Now we will complete the slicing and we will move to enumerate and iterator by using enumerate and iterator how to read data from the list. After slicing, we will move to enumerate and iterator guys. Coming to slicing guys, yesterday in previous video we discussed some of points related to slicing, a start index, stop index, and step index, what exactly these three are. And uh, by using slicing, how many values we can read? We can read multiple values by using slicing. If we compare to indexing, if we saw the differences between the indexing and slicing, if we saw, first I will explain you some differences points, then move to slicing. And if we saw the differences between the slicing and differences between slicing and indexing, guys. Indexing, indexing and slicing, guys. Guys, if you compare the previous video, you by your own you can also mention some of the differences between indexing and slicing, guys. Now I will show you one by one. See, guys, if you take first point, see here slicing allows to read data more than one value. What it is saying, slicing allows to read data more than one value, guys. In indexing, it read only one value. In indexing, it read only one value. In slicing, it read more than one value. More than one value it can read by using slicing. By using indexing, it read only one value, guys. Only one value. See, in indexing, it supports only one index value. In indexing, if you want to read, it will get only one value by indexing, right? If you want to get one value by indexing, we need to input only one index number. We can input only one index value. Only one index value we can input. Here, in this case, we can input more than one index value. More than one index value we can use in slicing, guys. See, in indexing, it reads only one value, right? In indexing, it reads only one value. And slicing is used to obtain a sequence of elements. Slicing is obtained to obtain a sequence of elements, guys. By using slicing, we can retrieve the Sequence of elements, we can retrieve by using the slicing. I mean, if you take for example 10, 20 and 30 and 40, if you want to retrieve the data from starting value to the 30 up to 30, you can use slicing. It will retrieve sequence of the elements. It will retrieve by using the slicing, guys. By using indexing, we cannot retrieve the sequence of elements. By using indexing, We can retrieve only one value at a time. We cannot retrieve multiple values in a sequence manner like as slicing, guys. Like as slicing. Whereas, whereas slicing, whereas slicing, it will, uh, it will read list from the list. It is called sublist, guys. Here I already mentioned that it will give one sublist from the main list by using slicing as in indexing it is not possible. In indexing it is not possible to print the sublist from the main list, guys. In slicing it will support. I hope you got it, guys. What exactly differences between indexing and slicing is indexing and slicing differences. Now, now let's move to what exactly the slicing in. I yesterday I stopped at some point related to the slicing. Yesterday, yesterday I stopped at some point related to slicing. Yes. Now we will learn some more about slicing. Some more about slicing we will learn now. See, guys. um we can use we can use the slicing in different ways, yes. We can use the slicing in different ways. Yesterday we saw that sequence name sequence name of start value, stop value, and step value. This is the one way, guys. This is the one way. And if we take sequence name, start value, start value colon, and close. This is the one way, guys. Here, what will happen means it will take the only start value and stop value is here. Here in this case, stop value is up to end, guys. Up to end. Start value is up to end, and step value by default it is 1, guys. It is positive 1. If you take a start value as a negative integer, if you take start value as negative integer, stop value, stop value is up to the end, I mean negative end it will consider, and step value, it will consider as -1, guys. -1, it will consider as a step value if we take start value as -1. This is the one way, guys. For example, if we take one example, we take one example 10, 20, 30, 40, if you take. Here, this is the L1 name of the list. Here, L1 of start value, I am mentioning 0 index and I am leaving this 2 colon, guys. Here, here, stop value, here it is up to the length. The length of the list here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So up to the length it will take. And the step value, here it will take positive integer. Step value, it will take positive integer 1. So it will print from 0 to up to the end in this case, guys. In this case, it will print up to 0 to 1. This is the one way to use slicing, guys. This is the one format to use slicing. There is one more format to use slicing, guys. There is one more format to use slicing. We can use the slicing based on sequence name, sequence name, colon, stop value, and colon. We can only mention stop value also, guys. For example, if you take L1 of start value is default, stop value is 4, and step value is default, guys. If you take this example L1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. If we take this is as an example, your start value is by default it will take 0 guys. Stop value I already mentioned 4. It 4 means the length of the list. Your step value by default it will take step value as positive integer. Positive integer it will take step value guys. Positive integer. Positive integer it will take positive one value it will consider as step value guys. Here one second the voice is not here. Guys, now it is, I hope it is audible to you. Here, guys, now in this case, I taken only stop value, guys. Here, I didn't mention any start value and step value. By default, it will take start value as 0 and step value as 1. It will print up to the this stop value. This is the one way to use sequence guys. If you take one more format to use slicing, we can also mention that we can also mention sequence name colon start value and stop value, and we can leave it this step value. We can leave this step value as a default. We can mention here start index value, and we can also mention here stop index value, and by default it will take step value as 1 guys. Step value as 1 it will take step value as 1 it will take guys. And we can also give three of the indexes values. Three we can also give start index, stop index, and step indexes. I hope you got it, guys. How exactly the slicing is going to work to read data from the list. We we can use the slicing in different formats. We can use only starting index. We can use only stop index without to start and without to step, and we can only use step value without we can use only step value without a stop index and without start index. Without without a stop and without a start, we can use only step value we can use, and we can use the start and stop value without a step we can use start and stop value, and we can use only start value without a stop and without a step. These are the different ways to use. These are the different ways to use uh, slicing to read data from the list, guys. Different ways to read data from the list by using slicing, guys. These are the different ways. And I told you that indexing one is completed, and a for loop is completed, and slicing is completed, guys. We have only two remaining. One is enumerate and iterator, guys. Now let's move to how exactly enumerate and iterator it will work to read data from the list, guys. To read data from the list. One is iterator. One is iterator, guys. Now we are going to learn iterator to read data from the list. Iterator is it is used for non-index based non-index based non-index based collection. Non-index based collection, guys. Used for non-index based collection, this iterator. And it is only used for reading only. We cannot update the values only for reading, only for reading, guys. We cannot update the values for existing list. It is only used for reading, and it is non-index based. It is not work based on the index, it is work based on the non-index base. And if you this is the syntax for iterator is iter of iterable, guys. Now I will show you what is iterable and what is iter. If you take, for example, if you take list one, if you take example one list one, I am taking L1 equal to 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 and 50, guys. Here I taken some of the list values called L1. L1 I am taking here, and here I am using one variable called a iter of iter of iterable. Here it is L1, guys. Here it is L1. Here we have to mention as L1 as iterable, and we have to use a dot a dot a dot underscore next underscore open and closed brackets parentheses. It will give output as a 10, guys. Will give output as a 10. If you write one more time, if you write one more time a dot underscore next underscore colon not closed and open parenthesis, it will give next time, it will give value 20, guys. Here, here what is happening means, here we are not mentioning any index value. Here, here we are not mentioning any index value. Here we are simply iterating the elements by using iter function. By using iter function without indexing, here I already mentioned it is non-index. Here, here in this case, here in this case, we are not mentioned any index value. Here in this case, we are not mention any index value. We are simply iterating elements one by one by using iter function, and we are using next constructor as a next. We are using to iterate the values inside the list one by one. Here it is non-index based. We are not using any indexed value. This is this is all about iterated to reiterate to read data from the list. I will show you practical. I will show you practically how it is going to execute. Then you will get understand. I will show you here. Here I am taking L1 as a list and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Here we have to store the iterable function. We have to store this iterable function in one variable. Any variable you can give a equal to, this is the function iter of. Here iterable, here it is L1 here, L1. So a dot underscore a dot underscore next underscore double underscore brackets. If you print, it will give value 10. If you type one more time a dot next a dot underscore next underscore open and closed brackets, it will give the next value as 20. Each time it is iterating the one value, each time it will each time it will iterating one value called 10, 10 and 20, and next it will iterate 30, it will iterate 40, then it will iterate 50, guys. This is exactly how iter function it is used to read data from the list, guys. If you take enumerate is also same, guys. But in the case of but enumerate, but in the case of enumerate, guys, it returns two values, guys. Here in this case, iterator is returning the only value called 10, 20, 30, it is iterating. But in the case of enumerate, it will it, iterate two values, guys. Two values it will iterate by enumerate function. Return, it will return value as well as count, guys. It will it will return value along with count, guys. Value along with count, it will iterate from the iterable by using enumerate, guys. For example, if you take same example L1 10 20 30 40 50, L1 not E equal to enumerate enumerate of iterable called L1. Now here I am doing E dot underscore next underscore, it will print value count value and the 10 value it will print. Along with the value, it is printing the index value also. I mean the count value also it is printing. If you type e dot underscore underscore next underscore underscore, now it is printing the index value along with the value present in the list. If you type one more time e dot underscore underscore next underscore underscore, see, now it is printing two valued count value 2 and value 30 from the list. This is this is how iter function and enumerate it will work in Python to read data from the list, guys. To read data from the list. I hope I hope you got it, guys. What exactly and how to read how to read data from the how to read data from the list. Here I mentioned one is index value and slicing for loop and iterator and enumerate I mentioned, guys. I hope you got it, guys. How to read the data from the list by using these index value slicing for loop iterator and enumerate. That's all for today, guys. In tomorrow video, I come up with a new some of some problems related to list problems, and I will explain you mutable operations, mutable operations in the list, guys. We all know list is a list is a mutable op list is a mutable. So what exactly this mutable in the sense after creating the list we can do modifications. That how to do modifications after creating the list that we will see in next video, guys. That we will see in next video. That's all for today, guys. If you like, if you like my video, please subscribe to the my channel, guys. And those who are learning Python and AWS, please share my channel to your friends, guys. With a free of cost, they can also learn, gain knowledge on these two skills. Yes. That's all for today, guys. Thank you. See you in next class, guys.